Logan the Layman Critic here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Hidden Strike. It's from 2023, directed by Scott Woff, and stars Jackie Chan and John Cena. Let's talk movies. A security team is tasked with extracting a group of workers from a Chinese oil company in Iraq. Standing in their way is a mercenary group, hoping to abduct key personnel in the hopes of seizing the refinery for their benefactor so he can use it for his own ends. Seasoned professional Lo Feng leads the security team. Meanwhile, American Van Horn is living in a local village who reluctantly takes on the job of coordinating the mercenaries. But a double cross brings these two men into an uneasy alliance to stop the villain's plan. This was a fun film. I wish that I had been able to see it on the big screen, as I think that only a theater could really do the visual scale of this film justice. The desert locale is beautifully captured, and the action set pieces are a sight to behold. Like a lot of Jackie Chan's more recent works, much of the practical effects have been replaced by CG with mixed results. It's not as conspicuous as Chan's earlier film from this year, Ride On, but it is still glaring when you compare it to standard Hollywood fare. Now, as I mentioned in my review for The Flash, CGI has hit a plateau, and I'm kind of at the point where my expectations of being convinced have just been replaced by simply being content. One thing that I have appreciated with Jackie in his later years is his willingness to allow new talent to shine when it comes to martial arts and stunt work. Now, other examples of this are the aforementioned Ride On and Vanguard from 2020. At the age of 69, Jackie's still incredibly spry, but obviously a long way from his days of Super Cop and Rumble in the Bronx. And, there are a lot of action stars that would have way too much ego to let anyone take the spotlight off of them. So they would instead settle for lowering the quality of the action to match the capability of their age. I'm thinking of someone like Steven Seagal. But I have a lot of respect for Jackie, that he continues wanting to thrill his audience with great fights and stunt work and not, letting his age get in the way of making an entertaining film that's, good quality. Regarding John Cena, he's not an actor that I'm terribly familiar with. I knew he got a start as a pro wrestler. I've seen Bumblebee, but I didn't really have much of an opinion of him. But judging him strictly off of this film, he gives a great performance. With his unique, I shouldn't say unique, but his particular physique, it would be easy to cast him as this sort of stoic tough guy, but instead he's a total smart aleck. He's competent and he's compassionate toward those people in need, his friends, the villagers. Um, but he's a smart aleck. There's this hilarious scene where he starts rattling off all these nicknames for his new mercenary crew, each one funnier than the last. And I'm not even sure who should get the credit for that, if it should be Cena or the writer. But in any case, it's easily the funniest scene in the film. And when these two actors go from enemies to begrudging allies, the interplay starts to get quite fun. The physicality of both actors lends itself well to juxtaposition as well as comedic moments because of the yin and yang of their methods. And the banter between the two, particularly as it relates to Lo Feng's daughter, made me chuckle. And, it's not to the same level of chemistry as Rush Hour, but it's charming nonetheless. But let's talk a bit about the action. For me, the highlights are a bus hijacking during a sandstorm. There are fisticuffs between Lo Feng and Van Horn, and it has plenty of classic prop work from Jackie Chan. And then there's a fight in a refinery that I could best describe as a game of King of the Hill in a soapy bounce house. Watch the movie and you'll understand. The film doesn't lean too heavily into Jackie's more outrageous action set pieces. I would say it's definitely more of a conventional action film for the most part, but that last scene that I mentioned is definitely Jackie's contribution, and I like it. But there you have it, Hidden Strike. It's a fun film. Jackie Chan and John Cena play off each other great. The action scenes are cool. It's got some good laughs. The locations are beautiful. Jackie Chan's best work might be behind him, but I would still say he's got plenty of entertaining films left in him before he finally decides to hang it up. So check it out. Thanks for watching.